Why don't you go to bed, folks? All right. So 8. We don't have no beer. We have a little bit of a problem with don't and no. This is negative, and this is negative. You can't have two negatives in one sentence. All right. So what do? You can get rid of this. Okay, so we have no beer, that's good, we have no beer, or we don't have any beer, okay? We don't have any beer, that would be alright too. It's up to you how you change it. And finally, no, two more. I've read that book last year, 9.1. 9.1 is present perfect, what we call in Spanish pretérito perfecto, which I don't know if it helps you or not. Anyway, yo he leído ese libro el año pasado. Now, here we have a little bit of a problem. The problem is, I've read, this is present perfect, okay? And last year, this is past. They don't go together. If we have a past time expression in the sentence, then here we need to use the past. I read, not I have read. Okay? Number 10, you make too many mistakes. Too much mistakes, too many mistakes. Which is correct? Now, this you will find in 2.2. Cometes demasiados errores. It's very simple. This is plural. This needs to be plural as well. Too many, demasiados errores, too many mistakes, not too much. Too much is singular. So too much coffee, too much time, too much water, but something singular. Now, most grammars will teach you too much and too many, talking about countable and uncountable, including your book, countable and uncountable nouns. But from my experience, to use countable and uncountable for this kind of thing is confusing, and it doesn't really help you very much, because a lot of nouns, for example chocolate, can be countable and they can be uncountable as well. For example, I have some chocolates for my guests. Tengo bombones, plural, para mis huéspedes. Or I love chocolate, and then it's uncountable. So, to avoid confusion, just forget about countable and uncountable for this. Is it singular or is it plural? If it's singular, too much. If it's plural, too many. And that's it. No more problem. Okay, so a little bit of translation now. ¿Habrá mucha gente en la fiesta? This is 1.2, is it? ¿Habrá mucha gente en la fiesta? Well, I'm not sure if it's 1.2, but anyway, it's there is, there are. Yes, I think that's what it is. So, to say there is, there are, but this is habrá, it's the future. So, positive, there will be, that's positive. Negative, there will not be. Question, will there be? Okay, so will there be a lot of people at the party? That's the question. Will there be a lot of people at the party? 2.1, no te pongas nervioso. 2.1 is about the uses of one of the most common verbs in the English language that we don't use so much. It's the verb get. Okay, get is very common, and we need it here. Don't, get, nervous. Don't get nervous. Don't get impatient. Don't get cold. Okay? Now, it's interesting to note that, just a minute. Yeah, that's it. Thing is, I get too much light from the projector. It dazzles me. So, I was saying that in English schools, you have the teachers telling the students not to use get so much because they use it all the time. I get up in the morning, I get my clothes on, and I get some breakfast, and then I get to work, etc. But so the teachers say, don't use get so much. Use other more specific verbs. For me, it's the opposite. I try to convince the people, my students, that get is very useful, and you can use it a lot. You will find it a lot, but you can use it a lot too. So there you go. Don't get nervous. 3. I didn't meet or find. I didn't meet anybody. Okay? 4.1, that's the past. And a nadie, 6.3, somebody, anything, etc. Me ducharé cuando lleguemos, 7.1, that's the future. I will have a shower or take a shower when we arrive. When we arrive, the present, cuando lleguemos. In Spanish, lleguemos, this is present subjunctive. It's actually present. The most common mistake is to say when we will arrive. No. So I will have a shower when we arrive, not when we will arrive. Cuando lleguemos, not cuando llegaremos, okay? 7.1. Os quedan 5 minutos. 1.3. Okay. So, me quedan 3, me quedan 10. Os quedan 5 minutes. So, you, because it's a vosotros, you have 5 minutes left. Left, de dejar, okay? So you have 5 minutes left, or you've got. Brian is crítico de arte. So, 2 things here. 1, 6.1. Here you will see that when you talk about people's professions, you need the indefinite article. So, Brian is a, okay? A o an. Crítico de arte. Noun and noun. In English, the other way around. Art critic. Brian is an art critic, okay? And 7. María no vino. That's the past, simple past. María didn't come. Su marido tampoco. Her husband, neither. Okay? So, this you will find in 10.3. Me too, me neither. Remember that you can pronounce neither as well. Pronunciation, neither or neither, not neither, okay? Right, and I think we're coming to the last exercise or part of the test. Which is open close. That's where you need one word to complete the sentence, all right? Do we have the... Okay, Franco died. Here we need a preposition of time. What is the preposition of time you need for a year? Is it on? Is it in? Is it at? It's in, okay? In 1975. 2, prepositions of place. We live on an island, okay? Remember that an island is like a table on which you find objects, right? The lamp is on the table. We live on an island. 3, there were 3 of us. Literally, había 3 de nosotros. Éramos 3. When you want, in English, normally when you want to say somos 4, you're calling a restaurant to make a reservation. You want to say somos 4. How do you say this? You use, well, similar to this. There are 4 of us. That's normally how you say it. Okay, my wife, myself, and our daughter Clementina. There you go. Nice name I thought of, didn't I? So, no one helped her to do it. She did it all by herself. Okay, so if no one helped her, she did it by herself. You can say by herself or on her own, but the preposition here is by. So, by herself. Okay, let me see if I can show you where you find these things. No. But anyway, you go to the end of the grammar pal and you can find it easily. I forgot to put the unit numbers here. This is prepositions of time. This one is prepositions of place. This is other prepositions or prepositions to watch out for. And this is reflexive. I think this is reflexive pronouns. Myself, yourself, etc. Okay. I think that's it. That should explain everything about this practice test. I will now send you your results. But as I said, don't be scared, because quite often the computer marks it as wrong, but the mistake is not really a mistake. It's a problem of capital letter, punctuation, or a silly little thing. I would, obviously, when I correct the tests, I will take all this into account. So, I think that will be all for today. Thank you very much again for listening. And if you have any questions, if anything is not clear, first thing you do is go to the Grammar Pal, because the explanations are more complete there. But if it's still not clear, please do write to me. Maybe you can write to me using Google Classroom, so that everybody can see your question and everybody can see my answer, and we can all benefit. Okay, so thank you very much, and until next time. I think this will be tomorrow. I'll give you the last part of Unit 6, which is about food and drink. Thank you. Bye bye.